Viktor Orbán came to prominence in Hungary as a founding member of the Fidesz party in 1988, advocating for liberal democracy. However, by the early 2000s, he shifted towards a more authoritarian stance. Orbán became Prime Minister of Hungary in 1998, serving until 2002, and then returned to power in 2010, implementing policies that centralized authority, weakened democratic institutions, and curtailed press freedoms. Similarly, Vladimir Putin rose to power in Russia, initially serving as Prime Minister under Boris Yeltsin before assuming the presidency in 2000. Putin centralized his authority, transforming Russia from a fledgling democracy into a more authoritarian state. Before Orbán and Putin's ascents, Hungary and Russia respectively operated under democratic systems with varying degrees of political pluralism.
What if the path to power wasn't as democratic as we believe? What if the playbook of authoritarian leaders held the keys to gaining control, not just in far-off lands, but right here at home? Join us as we delve into the steps taken by Viktor Orbán and Vladimir Putin to seize control, and consider the chilling possibilities of a similar path unfolding in America under Donald Trump. Have you ever wondered how leaders like Viktor Orbán in Hungary and Vladimir Putin in Russia solidify their control over their nations? More importantly, could these strategies be applied right here in the United States by figures like Donald Trump? Throughout his presidency, Donald Trump has showered praise on leaders known for their authoritarian tendencies. I think he's done a tremendous job. A little bit controversial, but actually he's done a great job in many ways. Donald Trump on Viktor Orbán. I've always had a good feeling for him. I think he's a strong leader. He's a powerful leader. Donald Trump on Vladimir Putin. But what are the steps these leaders take to consolidate power? And what could it mean for marginalized communities, particularly people of color? Undermining democratic institutions. Both Orbán and Putin have systematically weakened democratic institutions, such as the judiciary, media, and civil society, consolidating power in their hands. Scapegoating minorities. They exploit xenophobia and nationalism, scapegoating minorities to rally support and divert attention from internal issues. Election manipulation, through gerrymandering, voter suppression, and controlling the media narrative, they ensure favorable electoral outcomes. 30% of states have implemented or modified voter ID laws since 2008 to January of 2022. First, Alabama, 2, Arizona, 3, Arkansas, 4, Georgia, 5, Indiana, 6, Kansas, 7, Mississippi, 8, North Carolina, 9, North Dakota, 10, Ohio, 11, Rhode Island, 12, South Carolina, 13, Tennessee, 14, Texas, 15, Wisconsin. The parallels between their methods and recent events in the U.S. are striking. From attempts to undermine the legitimacy of the electoral process to targeting minority communities with discriminatory policies, the echoes are undeniable. The erosion of democratic norms and the concentration of power in the hands of one leader is a dangerous path that could lead to tyranny. Political analyst. We must remain vigilant against the rise of authoritarianism, as history has shown us the dire consequences of unchecked power. Human rights activist. But all is not lost. Through knowledge and active participation in the democratic process, we can push back against these trends. In the end, the power lies with us, the people. By understanding the tactics used by authoritarian leaders and remaining vigilant, we can safeguard our democracy and ensure a better future for all.
Breaking news. Authoritarian leaders do not value elections. Here are a few Donald Trump quotes about elections. The election is rigged. There is large-scale voter fraud happening in our country. If I lose the election, it will be because the system is rigged. Mail-in ballots are a disaster. They lead to massive fraud. They're sending out ballots by the millions. Who knows who's getting them? The only way we're going to lose this election is if the election is rigged. The Democrats are trying to steal the election from us. Illegal immigrants are voting in large numbers, and it's rigging the election. The election results are being manipulated by the Democrats. I won the election by a landslide, but it was stolen from me.
Support the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and share.